Alrighty, Sharp Customs, you were not expecting this one. You were not expecting this the day after talking about the quarter scale stuff. You know, I'm all about the quarter scale stuff. It's just, I wheel and deal every day online with the quarter scale stuff. I got some fabulous news on the quarter scale stuff, but tonight, oh, by the way, I forgot. Sharp Customs, man, we are rolling. We're not talking about quarter scale stuff tonight. I haven't even, well, okay, I'm just gonna show it. I put the little water pump on the motor, our little resin cast. It's bolted on there. But that's all I'm going to talk about that, because I haven't even touched, that was all, I did that first thing this morning. I got that little water pump painted, I got it on there. But the majority of my day has been spent, you know, the shoebox car. So, we dumped just a mock-up block. We're going to just slap some heads on it, maybe put one bolt in each head just to hold them there. We'll put an intake, we'll get the distributor. So basically we got it up on jack stands, we got everything where we want it. I got to create a transmission mount, which I don't have much metal here, man. I've used up all my bits and pieces and scraps. I'm always sacrificing something. Trust me, over the years I sacrificed a whole cherry picker, a motor puller. I sacrificed the whole thing. The boom of my cherry picker, that actually went on a trailer to extend the tongue. the legs are in a couple hot rods that I built, but everything gets scavenged. But I found this little piece, this nice heavy wall piece of tubing. I gotta cut 1 inch off of it. I'll cut these plates off of it. This give me my tranny cross member for the shoebox. It's the only piece I could find in the yard. I have a piece of like 6 by 6 angle iron out back. I don't really want to slice and dice that. This is heavy enough. It will work perfect, like I say. So that's kind of where we're at with this. And yeah, I'll do the cross member tomorrow so we can get it back down off the jack stands, and then we can kind of start the sheet metal work in and around the, you know, the firewall and whatnot. And I just figured I would throw out another video tonight, you know, right after yesterday, because I'm constantly shifting gears. You know, I love the quarter scale stuff, and I would love to just sit all day and just play around with that stuff. But, you know, work's work, you know. Kind of want to get rolling on this project, as well as all the other little projects that we have going on here at Sharp Customs. Camera girl, lovely wife Karen, she took it upon herself. She rolled out the 327 that was in this car. She rolled it out and she started actually stripping it down. There it is, sitting right there. She started stripping it down because basically we're you know, we're not rebuilding it. This motor ran, but we're basically we got to drop the oil pan. We got to take the timing cover off. We took the heads off because I got a really nice set of 202 first generation Vortec heads, and I'm pretty sure they'll fit on here perfect. My only concern with the, you know, when you jump into the whole Vortec stuff is is the intake gonna fit? Because I have had some cars. First, don't quote me on this, but as far as I know, I had a 350 Chevy with first generation Vortec heads on it. You know, the stupid valve covers with the screws in the center, you know, and a standard intake believe it or not, actually it fit on there. And so I'm hoping that the first gen Vortec heads I have upstairs, which are in, you know, they're in nice condition. I'm hoping they fit on here, and the reason I want to, so this is a 327. So the reason I want to put 350 Vortec first gen heads on here is because here's the 327 heads. And the issue I have with them, it's not that they're bad heads. As you can see, they have no holes. They have no holes, front or back, it doesn't matter. They have no holes. So when it comes to bolting up, you know, a power steering pump or an alternator or anything like that, you've got to look for other avenues to create your alternator bracket, your power steering bracket. And we've already come across that with Camera Girl's truck. Her truck has a 327 Corvette motor in it, and yes, the heads have no bolt holes, so we had to make all custom, actually she made all custom brackets to mount the power steering pump and mount the alternator, whereas this one, I kind of like to make it just a little bit easier. Why not put a set of heads on here? If those Vortec heads, if they don't pan out on this block, I've got like 5 sets of heads upstairs. Now, if I got to put 194s and 164 exhausts on here, just set of basically stock heads. That's what I'll do, because I just want the holes. That's what I'm after. I'm after the holes in the front of the heads for the brackets. So basically, yeah, we've got her pretty much stripped down. We got to drop the oil pan. We got to take the timing cover off. I would love to film like the stuff that pulling the heads and the intake and all that stuff. But it's like, to me, it's, you can go on YouTube land, man, and you can see that stuff all day long. Hundreds, thousands, millions of people, they show this, I call it crap, garbage. Interesting fact about the 327 is there are a lot of things on the 327 that are, basically the 327 is the same, 50 years, a small block Chevy, it ran the same duration. It's like everything interchanges. That was a cool thing about the small block Chevy. 50, am I doing that backwards? 50 years, man. Small blocks, you could interchange parts, you could mix and match, and then they went and changed it. Like, why would you take a good thing and, kind of mess around with it? But, as you can see, the pistons on this, I didn't even look to see if this thing was even, I didn't even like wire brush one of these pistons to see if it was like 30 over or anything. They are so carved up, and we dumped the oil, and the oil smelled, it smelled like fuel. It was very thin, smelled like fuel. That could have been the carburetor that was on it. The carburetor was not, it was a Holley, but didn't run very good. Of course, we'll correct that. We're putting some big ass carburetor on here. But we've got, the reason why we are pulling apart this 327 is because we're putting in a thumper cam. We're putting a double roller timing chain. Hopefully I have a set of some sort of heads to put on it. we'll probably use that intake. We'll sandblast it. We'll get it all cleaned up. This thing will look like a peach when the camera girl's all finished with it. I guarantee that. You know, we'll give it a fresh paint job. What we're working on at the moment was trying to get this little thin harmonic balancer and the pulley, which is another kind of a weird part on the 327 because the pulley is riveted to the harmonic balancer. It is not, they are a combined piece. And as you can see, I've got this, see this great big plate, and that's what I do. That's what I do. So when I normally pull a harmonic balancer off, I'm just grabbing something over here. It's kind of stuck in the tray. But I make these things, man. I don't feel the need to buy one. It's just a piece of threaded rod. I've got a big nut welded on there. I've got another nut welded on this. I've got a nut welded there. And basically I put my 3 bolts in there, and I can put the impact on there, and I can extract the, yeah, you like that? I can extract the harmonic balancer off of the crankshaft. This one, they they get a little worn out after you do them a few times. Sometimes you get a, sometimes you get a harmonic balancer that's being a little stubborn. You can see this one's not, and it wears out. This is just, threaded rod. Threaded rod is not your, it's not your strongest material. It's very, it's almost like just mild steel. It's not hardened or anything like that. So you wear the threads out on it pretty quick. This one's probably been used, I don't know, I'm going to say, a couple dozen times, and it's pretty much its lifespan. Its lifespan is pretty much over. But I had to make a special one for this because for some reason the 327 harmonic balancer and pulley doesn't have the tri. It doesn't have the tri bolt like the 3. It's got 2. It's got 2. And the threads in this one were so lame. They're at the back side. They don't go all the way through. I actually had to put, let's see if we can get the flashlight. Actually, I had to put a nut on the back of the bolt because I stripped out my first pull. I stripped out the little bit of thread that was there. I've got, as you can see, I've got the impact on here, and this one has been the most stubborn out of, I've done lots of engines, man, and normally the harmonic balancer, it just slides off there with a puller, no problem. We call it a jack-off plate. We're jacking it off. That's what we're doing. We're jacking it off. I'm going to hit this one with the impact, and yeah, hopefully, I got these 2 little bolts going through to the backside. One is threaded, one's got the nut. It's going to be a little loud, but I'm going to crack it. I just grabbed this plate. This is like a leaf spring trailer type plate, and the only reason I grabbed it, it was just under the bench, just some scrap metal, but the bolt holes lined up. So I just had to drill one bolt, or one hole in the center, to weld my nut with my rod. And it was like, oh, that's what I always look for, man. I look through my scrap pile and I look for the thing that kind of is the closest. I could have taken just a piece of quarter plate flat bar, drilled 3 holes in it, blah blah blah. But I always look for the kind of the simplest thing, and this thing will just get tossed after this engine build. Let's crack it with the impact. It's gonna be loud, and see if we can get this. This harmonic balancer has probably been the most stubborn harmonic balancer and pulley that I've ever taken off of a motor. here. He's so interested, man. That noise is not phasing him at all. He loves, wait till you see this. I'm gonna do something after I get this harmonic balancer off. I'm gonna show you something that's very interesting with that crazy dog. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got it. Right on. Right on. I'm gonna show you something with this crazy dog. I gotta show you this. Hey, we're gonna put the air nozzle on. Hey, he's so afraid of when I fire an engine up with open exhaust. But yet, look at this. Look, watch this. We're gonna put the air nozzle on the floor. Look at this. He tries to do it himself. Get it. Come on, get it. Come on. He was trying to make this thing work earlier. I kid you not. He almost had it. He almost had it. He was biting at it. That is hilarious. He just, oh. He is such a curious boy. He makes me laugh almost every day because of the stuff he just wants to be part. He just wants to be part of the shop here at Sharp Customs, He doesn't have hands, He doesn't have thumbs and stuff. But I guarantee you, it won't be long. He'll be biting that air nozzle, making the air come out of it. Now, I don't tend to, play with them with like high pressure in the line, because it's just, it's not good for us. It's not good for them. But yeah, he is pretty funny when he, wants to try and play with the air tools. So yeah, there you have it, man. Shifting gears, always. Camera girl's gonna get this motor. She's gonna probably duct the oil pan and the timing cover tomorrow. And we'll get the thumper cam in there. We'll get the dual roller timing chain on there, and then she'll clean it all up and she'll paint it, and it'll look like a peach. I know it. We'll get some all this old chrome. Yeah, we might put some new chrome bits and pieces on it. Had a nice chrome oil pan on it, but it's all, it's hella old. It's all rusted. It's all rusted. There's only a little bit of chrome left at the back here, but this is all rusted. We cannot save that. But, yeah. So there you have it, man. Sharp Customs, shifting gears. We're on to other work, the quarter scale stuff, man. That stuff goes on and on. That goes on every day here. I might only do a little bit. I actually have a chunk of aluminum stuck in the lathe because I'm gonna make some pulleys for that little quarter scale, faking motor. But yeah, thought I would just shoot one out, on a Monday night here in southern Ontario. And you never know, man. You might just see us again tomorrow. Sharp Customs. Share, like, subscribe. You know the routine, man. I don't know why I say this every freaking goddamn video, but I love you all. Peace. I'm out.